Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Rohingya National Television. I am Mirza Ghalib with our weekly news bulletin. Here's the update of topmost news of the week. Let's just begin with the news headlines. Rohingyas thanks Maldives on its declaration of intervention in support of Rohingya at ICJ. Landmine explosion again kills a Rohingya in Bulletin. Illegal houses being constructed on Rohingyas homesteads in Bulletin. Dozens of detained Rohingya face charges of illegal traveling in their own country. US delegation visits IDP camps in Akyap, Myanmar. Significance of the glorious 21st February as the International Mother Language Day among Rohingyas. And now the details. Maldives announced to file a written declaration of intervention at the International Court of Justice in support of the Rohingya people. Mr. Abdullah Shahid, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Maldives, declares the decision in his statement, the high-level segment of the 43rd session of the Human Rights Council. This declaration came after President Ibrahim Muhammad Saleh, along with the cabinet, concluded that there are strong grounds to intervene in the case submitted by the Gambia in support of the Rohingya people. In line with the decision taken at the 14th Islamic Summit of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC), the Republic of Maldives intends to extend its support for the efforts to seek accountability for the acts of genocide committed against the Rohingya people by Myanmar. Barrister Amal Colony of Doughty Street Chambers, who is a humanitarian lawyer in Maldives, has been appointed to represent the Maldives in the case before the International Court of Justice. She is confident in her ability to seek accountability and judicial remedies for the displaced Rohingya people. Having known such a grand endeavor of the government of Maldives for Rohingya, the victims of genocide, all the Rohingya at home and abroad extend thanks from the bottom of their hearts to the government of Maldives for its humanly initiative at the ICJ for Rohingyas justice. Besides, it was the government of Maldives which had declared to cut all the business ties with Burma since 2017. Rohingya also expect from the powerful countries of the world to come forward hands in hands with the Gambia and Maldives to bring the genocidal Burma to a strong accountability for its genocide and crimes against humanity on Rohingya. A Rohingya man was killed in a landmine explosion at Sintepim village tract of Butidang township in northern Arakan state of Burma on February 18, 2020 at around 8:30 a.m., RNTv sources said. The victim was identified as Yunus, 51 years old, of Sintepim village tract of Butidang. The local RNTv correspondent said the deceased Yunus was walking to his field with his cattle where the landmine exploded. Due to his trample on it after the landmine explosion, he got severe injuries in both the legs. The legs got intense bleeding while he was being rushed to Pyongjo left government clinic immediately. Having reached the hospital, he succumbed to death as there was no emergency and proper medical treatment in the hospital, sources added. The member of State Parliament Yu Tong-ong Chen of Constituency Number 2 confirmed the death of Yunus, and he further said that it had happened due to planted mine explosion. Nowadays, Rohingya are frequently victims to landmine explosion or indiscriminate shootings of Burmese army in northern Arakan, where rights, justice, and security are far cry for them. Many of the Rakhine people who escaped war between Arakan army and Burmese military from Butidong South and Ratidong North are constructing new houses on the homesteads and mosque premises of Rohingya in Zaditong village tract of Butidong South in the northern Arakan state of western Burma. RNTv sources report many of the displaced Rakhines launched houses construction on the land of Rohingya on February 18, 2020, where at least 16 illegal houses have already been constructed under supervision of the village administrator O Cho Tang. Although the Rohingya forbid them to build houses in the Rohingya homesteads, the Rakhine people were encouraged to do so by the Rakhine administrator Yu Cho in a forceful manner. When the Rohingya villagers requested the village administrator to build houses on the useless abandoned paddy land, he reacted that the homesteads now belong to general people. More houses to be built on the homesteads of Rohingya who fled to Bangladesh.
Rohingya National Television or RNTv, an online authentic voice and vision of persecuted Rohingya, strongly committed to broadcast the sufferings of Rohingya among the people of the world. You can watch our program in Rohingya, Bengali, English language. For getting updates on Rohingya, please like, subscribe, share RNTv programs and let know the plight of the stateless Rohingya people at YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe RNTv and stay with us. Rohingya National Television, RNTv.
Dozens of Rohingya minority, including 2 children, face charges of illegal traveling without identification cards in a court on 21st February. They were detained 2 days back on the outskirts of capital Yangon while trying to flee Arakan state, where hundreds of thousands of Rohingya live in apartheid-like conditions under increasing pressure of government troops. The immigration officers submitted the case in Legu Court of Yangon because they found no traveling documents from these people. Rohingya has been facing movement restrictions as they deny to accept so-called national verification cards, and we see saying it labels them foreigners. Some 600,000 Rohingya remain in internal confined camps, IDP camps, and villages where they are unable to travel freely or access healthcare and education. The vast majority lack citizenship. More than 730,000 Rohingya fled Burma to Bangladesh in 2017 to escape a military-led genocide that included mass killings and rapes. Earlier, another 93 Rohingya who were arrested from Irrawaddy beach during an attempt to flee from Malaysia appeared in a separate court to face same charges. Hundreds more have been imprisoned in jails and detention camps across the country. A high-profile delegation from the USA visited the internally displaced people's camps in Akyap Sikwe in the northern Arakan state of Burma on February 20, 2020. While they met the Rohingya community representatives and had discussion on various issues of the camp, RNTv correspondent quoting the local sources. The members of the visiting delegation first arrived at the Takepin IDP camp, where they met the Rohingya community leader, Ucho Laong, and wanted to know the current situation of the camp. At around 3:40 p.m., through a meeting, they discussed and exchanged views with the community representatives from the Rohingya side. They expressed their sufferings and necessities in IDP camps, which are like detention centers. The Rohingya representatives highlighted the disadvantages and challenges faced by them in the camps. Besides, the discussion was also on camp closure and resettlement, citizenship issue, freedom of movement, healthcare issue, educational assistances, and further of Rohingya. At the end of the meeting, US delegates said they would not forget them and they would find out ways for their betterment while concluding the meeting. The glorious 21st February, International Mother Language Day, is observed throughout the world with a huge dignity and homage. On this day of 1952, a resistance movement was held in Dhaka to protect the Bangla as the beloved mother tongue of the people of East Pakistan. As a consequence of the movement, they got a sovereign country like Bangladesh in 1972. We are Rohingya living in our beloved Arakan. Rohingya Zuban is our mother tongue. We have been targeted to destroy our mother tongue, history, cultural heritages, and sovereignty by the brutal Burmese barbarism since the decades. Our merely crime is our identity as Rohingya and as we speak in Rohingya language. We have no discrimination among us regarding the religion, race, caste, creeds, or class in our lovely mother tongue. The struggle for the survival as Rohingya should be the fight for protecting own mother tongue. Through this movement, we could keep a better contribution in protecting identity, traditions, culture, and heritages, irrespectively of any religious beliefs and castes. It will be an unanimous struggle towards the peaceful coexistence and communal harmony of whole Rohingya community. In this glorious International Day of Mother Language, we should take the oath of keeping protection to our mother tongue, the Rohingya Zuban, in all spheres of our lives, as well as to practice it in education and technological advancement of whole community. As a result, our next generation could be able to see a ray of hope for their existence in future. It will indeed be a proper defense towards our enemy and the anti-Rohingya lobbyists who are trying every stone unturned to cleanse out our ethnicity from our ancestral beloved motherland. Before the end of this bulletin, let's have a recap on the headlines. Rohingyas thanks Maldives on its declaration of intervention in support of Rohingya at ICJ. Landmine explosion again kills a Rohingya in Butidong. Illegal houses being constructed on Rohingyas homesteads in Butidong. Dozens of detained Rohingya face charges of illegal traveling in their own country. US delegation visits IDP camps in Akyab, Myanmar. Significance of the glorious 21st February as the International Mother Language Day among Rohingyas. Dear viewers, thanks for being with us. For more details and updates, visit to our Facebook page www.facebook.com/RNTv Network and join us on Twitter www.twitter.com/RNTv Arakan and in website www.rntvnetwork.com. Stay tuned with us. Allah Hafiz.